you do need people fighting for all this stuff and for why he's going to run for governor, and you knew, and that's why even now I feel, I turned over every stone. I went to every single island. Some islands I've never even been to before. Went there a couple times, and you know what I mean, and just ran around the whole state and did everything. And you need, no matter what, because that's, you can get the most attention too while you're running for governor, because they're like, oh, he's one of the candidates, he's in it, and you'll see
so
right
you're
away
use your
how
run as a way to influence to help.
yeah, and you'll realize like how big all of this stuff is. I mean, the guy lying on the side of the road can give you advice, you know what I mean? And this stuff is like, while I was doing this thing in Hawaii, I was 1,000 times bigger than I ever was when I was a UFC champion.
Really?
Yeah, that's how big this stuff is. But you know what though? What I would always talk and I always would say, and that's gonna definitely be with you also, is that you resonate past the politics with these people. All these guys are politicians. They're political entrepreneurs. They're just doing what they gotta do to get to the next level. And that's where you can connect with these people. You resonate past all of this, but you don't talk to people about this crap. Nobody does. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're here because there's a couple things that need to be straightened out. And
you already said it, and that's the truth. I think the seed of all the corruption in the politics, like their team, my team, like I think it's us. I think that all the politicians are in it, and they're on one team, and everybody else, black, white, gay, straight, are on the other team, and they constantly try to say things, and the narration is to separate us. So we fight each other. You're not fighting the true enemy. It's like, hey, keep them busy with each other, and then that way they don't go at us. Because every politician I know,
that's the whole thing.
Think about it. They all become rich, becoming politicians. Every one of them. They go in. You look at it, and go, well, you can use. That's not insider trading to tell your husband or to do this, or like you look at everybody's bank account. So that's why when you said you wouldn't run and make any money, it's like, well, that to me is like how it should be. Like the Greeks used to do that. If you were in politics during that era, you were a Greek politician, like you got a robe, you got a stipend for food and a place to sleep. You didn't get to have property, you didn't get to have money, you didn't get to benefit from your position of political power. And not that I don't think we need to force our guys into a stable robe, but at the same time, I think there needs to be like, when I run for governor, I want to be like, hey, look, this is my bank accounts, this is what I'm making. I'm not going to become rich off of the end of my political career.
My spouse isn't trading, a huge hedge fund that can potentially benefit off of mine.
See, that would have sparked my ear to vote for somebody like, BJ going, oh, wait a minute, so you're not going to take money, you're not going to do this. You already have money, so when you make a decision, it's not in your best interest. You're going to make a decision of what's in my best interest as your constituent. If everybody in politics did that right now, none of us would be bitching and complaining.
The last thing they'll ever let inside is somebody that they don't know, that's a businessman, that's done any business, that's ever even walked into a room and negotiated with somebody like Dana White before, that's really, went to court with strong people and done stuff. That's not the kind of guy. They cannot let that kind of person inside. And that's why I say it's just well,
without having some kind of Epstein type dirt on you. It's like, you could be in the club, but we got to make sure we have a gun on your head. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this dossier, we'll release it if you ever open your mouth. You know what I mean?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be
the scariest.
The whole thing. I just, because I don't have to think. How would anybody in our lifetime really win a big governor or presidential election unless they had some? You can't even imagine if after the fight you go, okay, unanimous decision, the other guy won. Well, let me see the judges' scorecards. Nope, you can't look at that. You just gotta know this guy won unanimous decision. That's all you gotta know, and that's all it is. I mean, how is anybody ever gonna the day of the election? The day of the fight, you're like, okay, today I've either got to step up or I can be a pussy. I can either step up and do something, or I can just be a coward and just have fear and let the whole thing overtake me today. The day of the election, there's none of that. You just sit there and you just have no control of nothing.
It's so helpless feeling. It's just like, oh, okay, they're going to tell me. Like you said, I guess I'm going to be told who my
if only a certain amount of people on the media, they don't even have to say who won anyway. Right? If a tree falls in the middle of the forest and it doesn't, does it make a sound? No. Nobody saw it. Does it make a sound?
And they've been. I think obviously big corporate companies the media's been owned for a long time. But I think social media actually threw a wrench in that. Until now, they've controlled it as much as now it's like, oh, fake news, fact checking, and then they can eliminate your thoughts. That's why now Elon is like, I think this is awesome. It's better. Yeah, and it's like, why are you so paranoid?
He's fact checking Hillary now and Biden. They are.
Because I mean that's how it should be though. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't need you to tell me what's real or not real because information's out there.
Yeah.
I'll hear it and I'll take the onus upon
like
myself to go
anything
look it
else,
up.
like Jiu-Jitsu, when they show the move in the middle of the class, I can decide to take it or not.
Yeah, just sit there and go, no, we're not going to show you this because it's deadly. It's like, well, let me make that decision. I might make
Let me make that decision.
I might still lick it.
But look at tap, man. It's all right.